So every time some negative stuff starts to come out in the news about our carriage horses, the silent majority starts speaking up, and we start getting a lot more compliments, and all our supporters start coming out of the woodwork again, being like, I guess we got to say something because most of us actually want the horses here. So it's been nice. Get a lot more compliments. Usually people are just like, screaming like negative things at you in the street. And lately, a lot more people are stopping to actually compliment our horses and tell us we're doing a good job and all of that. So it's just nice that, they speak up when they realize they have to, but hopefully they get those messages to our city council members as well. Today, I was driving my horse, Nick, here to the park. Yes. Someone just asked to take a picture with my horse, so we got interrupted. But anyway, I was driving my horse, Nick, to the park. And usually Scout's the one that gets a lot more compliments. I don't know if it's blonde hair or what, but they really like him. But I had two different cars stop me and tell me from their window that he was a very beautiful horse and, nice job, and asking how old he is and all that. So that's nice. Also, my website for horse carriage bookings has picked up some as well. We were in a little bit of a lull because tourism was down all over the country, actually, for a variety of reasons. And I saw a little bit of an uptick with people like Eric Adams coming out and saying that after 4 years he suddenly is against us and, stabbing the union in the back and all that. And it's pretty obvious that if, you had one position for a long time and you change it when you've got a couple months left in office, there's some corruption there. You're bought for your opinion and it's not really what you believe. Yesterday he had gone on 1010 Wins radio and said something about that, what if a horse ran someone over? What if a horse, So he's now basing this off of what ifs, things that have never actually happened. Now, we've had e-bike and e-scooter accidents in the park daily. We were, I think, at a 5-day streak that we know of, that we counted, that we saw, and took videos of and everything recently in the park on the south half. And he's not talking about doing away things where it's actually resulting in injuries of people. No, he's talking about what if something happened with one of these things. That's unsafe. So people can see through that. Anyway. So I did get a little bit more of bookings. People worried, like, what if I can't do my carriage ride now? I better book it. So that's good. And yesterday I had these people that, these 3 women came to take in our ride with us. And they had a pedicab guy on the corner, was really harassing them, trying to push them to get in his pedicab. And he was like, the park is too big to walk, your feet are going to kill you, you have to get in my pedicab, blah, blah, blah. And when she was just like, no, I don't have interest in taking a pedicab ride, he started cursing her out. And he was calling her names and things. So she was like, well, now I'm definitely not going to be near the pedicab guys. So she came to the horse carriages to see what we had to offer. And she was like, perfect, I'll take a ride. They're very nice people from California. Tipped well as well. So that was nice. But yeah, it's just kind of like the people, like, that the public actually has issues with, and the businesses the public actually has issues with, and the types of vehicles people actually have issues with are just getting ignored, and they're talking about doing away with something most people love. It's just mind-boggling, and it's just like, we have to go through this every new administration. Like, I know people have been doing this since like the 80s, but like, I've only been doing it about a decade now, and it's like, we get new council members and mayor like every 2 to 4 years or whatever, depending who it is. Basically, pretty much every 4 years it all changes, and like, we have to start all over again. We're like, you haven't been following the news for this whole time. Like, New York Class, when they founded 2009 or something. Maybe earlier, 2011, 2007, something like that. But like, since then, we're in 2025 and they're still saying the same crap. They still have the same nonsensical arguments. They still have like no case to make. Everything they've said has been debunked by every single equine vet, like over and over and over again, and yet we still have to do it. And like once in a while they have different people, but they're saying the same thing over and over again, and it's just like, here we go again. We're still every single time having to educate everyone on the history of this corruption, as well as the great care our horses receive, better than they ever have, more regulations than they ever have had. And it's like, finally, when they're living a good life, nothing has changed. Nothing is like, it's not like people are suddenly abusing horses or something. And yet we have to go through it again and again and keep explaining to people, like, everything's fine, nothing's changed, everyone still likes the horses here, we're still here. It's annoying, and it's so tiring. But we're horse people, and this is what we want to do. So to do this, we got to keep fighting it.